Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you all. I am Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, your victory coach, and the founder of Wise Wives Build. And we are here for Momentum Monday. So, this is the time that we come out here and we give you that boost, that encouragement, that little that you're going to need to start this week strong, but end even stronger. And so we're going to jump right in this morning because I know you guys have a million and one things to get done, and I do not want to hold you long. Okay. And so today, for your Momentum Monday, we will be talking about this right here: take a stand. It is time to take a stand, right? So, what do I mean by take a stand? It's time, sometimes we can go through life, right? And we can begin to go along to get along. We can begin to conform. We can be chameleons, if you will, that we just become what everybody needs us to be, right? All trades, a master of none. And so that is not the season you're in. Yeah, I know everybody depends on you, everybody looks to you, but here's the thing: when we fall into that trap, I called it a trap, right? When we fall into that busyness trap, then guess what? We might miss opportunities of things that we are truly supposed to be doing, right? And so when we start to get into this place like where we're in right now, God is saying, I was hearing this scripture, and God was saying, it's time to take a stand. You have to make a decision. And so I'm going to share with you the scripture this morning that he took me to. And he took me to Joshua 24 and 15. And it says, if it is unacceptable in your sight to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you live. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that's the place where you have to be in this season, okay? Where you have to be like, okay, you have to be able to stand your ground on what you believe in. You've got to be able to stand your ground on what you've been called to do. And I keep saying you because it's going to be very specific for every single person. If you're going to maintain your momentum, you can't get caught up in what your neighbor's doing. Can't get caught up in what the house down the street is able to do, because they're not able to do, they may be able to do something different than what God has told you to do, right? So he may be calling you to a place of prayer. He may be calling them to the boardroom. He may be calling this person to go out and feed the homeless. Now, if you're trying to do all of those things, are you really being functioning in the way that God has called you to function? So on Momentum Monday, I need you to take a stand. Who you gonna serve? What you gonna do? What you gonna believe? You can't be, listen. In the world that we live in right now, you got to know that you 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 know what you know. That's all I can say. You've got to know for yourself. Okay. And so you've got to have a relate, you got to know what your relationship is. Okay. And Alexander Hamilton says it this way: if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And one other translation of this quote says, everything. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything or everything, right? And so we don't want you to do that. We want you to be sure, be clear on what it is. And it's time to take a stand. As for me and my husband were talking this weekend, and there were some situations we had to make some decisions. And as we were looking at the decisions that we had to make, we came back to this scripture: as for me and my house, it that's your house, that's them people house. But as for me and my house, and we had to settle into some decisions that we needed to make that was best for our household. And guess what? It was easy to stand in that. It was easy to stand once we made the decision. As for me and my house, because when we were thinking for everybody else and we were considering everything else and we were considering this opinion and that opinion, and I'm not saying don't get wise counsel. I'm not, that's not what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, after you even seek the wise counsel, you still have to get before the Father and you have to say, as for me and my house, what's the best thing for us? As for me and my business, as for me and the ministry that God has given me, as for me, this is what I'm going to choose, and stand in it. Stand in your decision. As for me and my house, this is what's going on. And so this is my decree today. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And I encourage you to make your own decisions today. What's your stance? Which side of the fence are you going to land on? Because straddling is no longer an option. All right. This is your Momentum Monday. Let's get on over the fence. Listen, either side, but make a decision. All right. I'm Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, and I am your victory coach. And you can connect with me at www.thecassandrawilliams.com. All of the information is there for the Great Exchange, which has been scrolling across the bottom of the screen. October 11th and 12th, 2024. The Great Exchange Women's Empowerment Weekend is taking place. There are payment options that are on the site. We're about a little less than 90 days away. So you want to get in the room. Okay. So have an amazing Monday. Go out there, make your decision, and be great. Okay. Have a good one, y'all. I'll see y'all next Monday. Bye bye.